Welcome to TCFL Central. Today we'll be going over the week in review for week 11. First off, we'll go through last week's games. First game last week was Detroit at Akron. Akron defeating Detroit 34-28. You can see that there was quite a bit of scoring in the fourth quarter to the tune of 35 points and 5 touchdowns. And looks like Akron took the lead with 1:17 left with a touchdown to give them the 34-28 win. At the time it was 28-28. Total offense for both teams, Akron close to 500 and over 300 passing. Take a look at the player stats for Detroit and Akron. 3 touchdowns for Wilson. 2 touchdowns rushing for Cook. Go through play-by-play. And those were the starting lineups. Okay, next game was New York at Lacrosse. New York winning handily, 45-14. As you can see from the score, it was not much of a game. New York put it away in the fourth quarter with 21 points, 3 touchdowns. Total offense, New York went over 400, Lacrosse not quite 300. Passing-wise, 384 for New York. And that was Mayfield. He also threw 5 touchdowns. Came back from a terrible game last week to a fantastic game this week to give New York the easy victory. Play-by-play, and the lineups. Next up, Sheridan at Yosemite. Sheridan managed to stay within the game. At halftime, they were only down 21-13. And second half, Yosemite and Sheridan just exchanged field goals. Final Yosemite 24, Sheridan 16. Total offense, both were in the 300. Sheridan did pass for over 300. Rivers had a 300-yard game. Both quarterbacks threw for 1 interception and 2 touchdowns. Look through the statistics if you'd like. Play-by-play, and the lineups. Next up was Green at Nashville. Nashville upset Green, 27-22. And let's see, halftime was Nashville up 17-10. Third quarter, Nashville padded the lead at 24-10 with a 1-yard run by Hunt. Green came back with a Mahomes touchdown. But Nashville came back with a field goal, and it was too little too late for Green, and Mahomes passed again for another touchdown. Final 27-22. Both teams just over 300 yards in total offense. Player stats. Mahomes did throw for 3 touchdowns. Nashville rushed for 2 touchdowns. Lamar Jackson did have a touchdown. And play-by-play. Lineups. Next up, we switch over to the PC side. We have Champion at Woodland. Champion has been doing pretty good in the second half of the season that they win again, 20-3. Had Woodland shut out until 9 minutes left in the game. They're pretty much champion all the way. Neither team got to 300 yards. In fact, Woodland just barely made 200. Allen did throw for 2 touchdowns. And that's about it for this game. And the lineups. Okay, next game was Front Street and Hazard County. Front Street scored in every quarter. They easily win 24-6. Front Street had a 10-6 lead at halftime, and then scored 2 unanswered touchdowns in the second half to win the game 24-6. There you can see the statistics. Front Street nearly had 400 yards total offense at 379. Hazard County just cracked the 200 at 232. Highlights. Rogers threw for 2 touchdowns. Robinson ran for 128 yards for Front Street. Play-by-play. Starting lineups. Next game was Transylvania Putnam County. Putnam County wins this one 24-17. Transylvania was in the game, as you can see, with 11 minutes left in the fourth. They were only down by 7, but could not score again. And you can see Transylvania got the field goal. And it had 2 more possessions and did not score in either one. In fact, an interception pretty much put the game away for Putnam County. Total stats, both teams around the 350 mark. There's that Cousins interception. Let's see who on Putnam County did get the interception. Yeah, I guess we gotta go down to the play-by-play to see who got the interception. Interception by Howard. Looks like a long out pass that did not work at all with 35 seconds left. They were only on their own 36. They had quite a ways to go yet. Here's the final starting lineups. And the final game is Winnipeg at Cleveland, winning 35-20. Winnipeg was up 29-3 at halftime and just coasted for an easy 35-20 win. Cleveland did score 17 points, but Winnipeg did have 6 points in field goals in the second half. Just wasn't enough for Cleveland, and Winnipeg rolled over Cleveland. And as you can see, to the tune of over 500 total yards, Cleveland nearly had 300 themselves. Hey, looking through the stats, Tannehill had 2 touchdowns, 300 yards. Tony Carr, he had 2 touchdowns. Williams scored 2 rushing touchdowns for Winnipeg. There you go, the stats. There's where the interceptions are. Oh well, next time I'll know where to look. Play-by-play and the starting lineups. Okay, so that's it for Week 11 games. The standings, because of the Green's loss, they are now 7-2. Yosemite with their with their win, gets them within the game. And with that, Nashville win over Green, puts Nashville within one game. So there's pretty tight race for first place in the North head-to-head. In the South head-to-head, it looks like New York is going to win it. There's only one game left and 2-game lead. Lacrosse is out of it too, so is Sheraton as far as playoffs are concerned. Detroit, Akron will be battling to see who would be the third and fourth wild card. In the East, it's Winnipeg coasting for the PC East side with an 8-1 record. Putnam County 5-4 is in the playoffs, along with Champion and Hazard. Well, not quite. Everybody else seems to be able to have a chance. Putnam County is for sure, because the worst they can do is 5-5. Even if Champion and Hazard County win, which that can't happen because Hazard County is in Champion. So it'll be a Putnam County. The winner between Champion and Hazard County will get the first and wild card and second wild card. Then the loser of the Champion Hazard County. And then whoever survives the Transylvania, Cleveland, and Woodland, all at 3 and 6, will get the fourth spot. Let's see. Transylvania's in Winnipeg, which should be pretty tough. Cleveland's in Putnam County. That could be a bit tough, too. Then you have Front Street at Woodland. Woodland will have a tough time at Front Street. And Hazard County is playing Champion, as we had mentioned. And that could decide wild card number 2. Okay, that's about it for the standings. Let's go to the league leaders. Take a look at the league leaders for week 11. Rushing leaders, looks like Detroit's Cook has 925 yards, 13 touchdowns, has probably almost as many touchdowns as the next 3 rushing leaders. And more stats for the rushers. Yeah, the wrestling Cook had 37 10-yard plus games. Receiving leader, we have Adams with 11 touchdowns, over 800 yards. Receiving average has Peoples at nearly 20 for Sheraton. 7 25-yard games. Adams, a 4-way tie, 7. Adams again over here with 11 touchdowns. Passing leaders, we have Rogers first, followed by Stanford, then Tannehill, and Watson, and Mahomes rounds out the top 5. Through the touchdown leader, let's see, we have 2, Watson and Rogers both with 23. Rivers has thrown a whopping 14 interceptions. And Rivers has been sacked 22 times. Interesting. Interception leaders, we have Howard. Howard's the one that picked off that interception for Putnam County to ice the game this week. Mayhew with 2 touchdowns, and Fitzpatrick and Jackson with 1. Sack leaders, we still don't have a whole lot of sacks. Boza, along with 4 others, have 4 sacks. kickoff returns. It looks like there's any there is one touchdown. Brown of Akron has a touchdown. Same thing on, hey, that's pretty cool. Akron has both touchdown, punt and kick return. Spencer there. And that just about wraps that up. We'll now go to the team stats. We'll take a quick look at them. Here's Akron's team stats. We'll be using these game scores probably for tiebreakers for the playoffs. Akron. Okay. So we go through here. You can just stop and pause the video if you like to see your team's stats. Up a little more. There's Cleveland. Detroit. Front Street. Green. Hazard County. Cross only win came at the hands of Akron. Let's see what else we have here. Cross, Nashville, New York, Putnam County, and Sheraton. Pennsylvania, Winnipeg, and Woodland. Okay, and Yosemite. Okay, now see if we have any big games to report. 300-yard passing games. Wilson looks like he got in with one this week. 5 400-yard passing games. No, nobody has broken the 300-yard rushing mark. Ramos is still on top with the 198. Receiving yards. 2 200-yard receiving games. Okay. Again, we'll quickly go over the schedule. Winnipeg's at Transylvania. Again, that's a big game for Transylvania. They're looking to get that last playoff spot. Cleveland's at Putnam County. Cleveland again need to win to get into the playoffs against Putnam County. Putnam County is secure the playoff spot. Front Street at Woodland. Front Street will have to bye. Woodland trying to get into the playoffs with a needed win. Hazard County and Champion, they'll be playing off for position either 1 or 2 in the wild card, and the loser will be either 3 or 4, depending on how all the 3 and 6 teams do. Over the head-to-head, Green needs a win to stay in first, a loss, and then the next game is Yosemite and Nashville. The winner of that could be 7-3. Green, if they would fall to 7-3, we'd have to get the tiebreaker system out. Sheraton is pretty much out of the playoffs. New York's got Detroit. New York has won the division. Detroit needs to win to secure third, depending on how Akron does against Lacrosse, who Lacrosse is also out of the race. So Akron and Detroit are kind of looking to go 5-5. That winner will be playoffs 3. It will be wildcard 3. The loser, if one of the teams go 4-6, they'll be the number 4. If they both win, then we'll have to get the tiebreaker system out for them also. So, the Nashville Yosemite will decide 1 and 2. The New York-Detroit game across an Akron game will decide who comes in 3rd and 4th in the wild card. So, I think that's about it here from TCFL Central. Again, the game of the week on Sunday will be Hazard County at Champion, and then we'll have the Monday night game on Sunday night, and that'll be a great game on the head-to-head side. That's Nashville and Yosemite, both teams 6-3. Okay, well that's it from TCFL Central. Remember, the 2 games this week will be played on Sunday, one at 6 and the other one at 8. TCFL Central signing off.